Hey folks, I'm live. I'm gonna wait a few minutes to see if anybody gets on. While I do that, I'm also gonna give myself the pipes, as we call it here, with our Wi-Fi, so I can have all the pipes from my husband, the grandkids. I don't think anybody's home, but I'm just checking it out anyway. So let's see. Nope, doesn't look like anybody's on. Make this priority for a couple of hours. Yay! Alright, so I'm live. How are you all? I know a lot of you all are at Scrapdat. I wish I was with you. I really, really do. So I promised you all I would be in my craft room this weekend working, and yes, I am. I'm trying to find us live here on my page so I can see the comments. There they are. Turn the volume down so y'all don't have to hear that. There we go. Now if you comment, I can see the comments. So if you're here, drop in, leave me a line, share the page, share the post. I've been trying to give away some paper, and it doesn't seem like anybody really wants any, but that's okay. I'll keep it. You know, we always like our paper. So, don't mind my little ponytails today. I was up and we went out last night. My husband and I, we went on a date. We went to Boone, which some of you know how much I love Boone. It's got this great pizza place. It's a brewery, and they make their own beer, and they have their own wood-fired pizzas, and they do wood-fired apricot habanero wings, and oh, they were so good. But the best part was the cheesecake. We ordered a cheesecake. Now, I ordered everything for my husband. I did the whole, I'm going to order for you, and I ordered him a marguerite pizza, which is one of his favorites. And so I'm ordering all the food, and like, I didn't realize the individual pizza that I ordered for us was a 12-inch pizza. And so we each got a 12-inch pizza for lunch with a salad, plus the wings, plus I ordered dessert. I ordered all of this up front. I was like, oh my, how are we going to eat this? And we're an hour away from home. How are we going to take it home? So we decided to take our cheesecake to go, and we had an entire pizza left to take home. And some wings, nonetheless. So we have lunch for this afternoon. But anyway, we took it home, and we decided to go drive down the Blue Ridge Parkway. And there was a couple of spots that we stopped. We actually sat out under the shade and ate our cheesecake. It was just so nice and peaceful. I'll post some pictures with the blog so y'all can see those. It was just a very relaxing day with my husband. Something we don't generally get to do. And the grandkids were all, well, we want to come over after school. And I'm like, yeah, we're going on a date. Sorry, guys. So their other grandmother came and got them. So they had some fun times with her. So I guess you're wondering what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a rendition of a card I made a couple of days ago. Here's the card. I know it says it's backwards, and I'm not even going to use the same sentiments today. It says, here for you now, and I use different dies that I'm going to use today. I'm actually going to try to use the Elegantly Said, because this is how wonderful Stampin' Up! Is. I got my Elegantly Said punch, which, here's the first one I got. It's shipped to me just like this, flat. But once I opened it, I can't punch it anymore. It no longer punches. So I was like, that's not good. I can't make this card. So I called them right then and there, and this was on Wednesday. And amazingly, I know all of you know about the shipping issues. I got my replacement yesterday, so that took 3 days. It was awesome. So, anyway, I'm happy to say I get to use this punch. I have a broken one. I don't know what to do with it, but I've got a broken one. Sorry, I dropped stuff, Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just recreate a card, kind of going to go on the fly and let you all see what I do. And hold on a second. Alright, let me flip you over so you can see this. I had someone just texting me, so, I had to see what they had to say. Because, I don't ever get texts. So let me turn you off here. All right, now we're on the bottom, and you can see, let me turn on some more light, because, you know, there we go. This is the set, Elegantly Said. This is my card that I've made, and I've also used this set as well. So we're going to come up with something similar to this card. The base will be about the same, and we're going to do a little different here, and then we're going to put a different sentiment on it using our punch. And I'll show you a little bit about this punch. So I have card sizes here, 5.5 by 4.25, and this is 1/8 off of that, and this is 5.5, or no, 3.5, 3 3/4 by 5, and this is 1/4 up from that, so that they will all be with just a shadowing of the black behind them. So we're going to work on this one. We're going to put the other ones up to the side. And we're going to take the Artistically Inked, flip them over because all my stuff is falling out. I have all these little pieces. I need to get an envelope for this one. I haven't gotten it yet so that it can hold all my pieces. But I'm going to take this stamp right here, and it's going to give me a beautiful detailed background on my card. And let's see, where did my stamp go? My block. I know I have one. I cleaned out my drawers yesterday, and this one will work. And here we go. So we're going to take just Pale Papaya, and we're going to use it and go ahead and put this. I already stamped some flowers, so, you know, we can use those if we want to. Alright, so I'm literally just going to take this and stamp No Rhyme or Reason all over on top of the other. And see how it comes out with this really beautiful, I mean, it reminds me of doing some of those painting techniques on the walls. I love it. It's that kind of that artistic alcohol blending that people are doing, and without doing all of the work with the alcohol. Look how that comes out. It just looks gorgeous. And you could put other colors in there. So I'm trying to keep this, you know, with just 2 colors. You could do lots of other colors and stick them in there, and it would turn out absolutely stunning. So we're done with this one for now. I'm going to put it to the side, and that's all I'm going to do to this piece of paper. They will layer just like this. Now with my original card, but since you can't see it, I'm not going to do it. I have it embossed with the, I think it's embossed with the painter's embossing folder. And I'm not going to do that because you don't see enough of it. So, and I want my sentiments to stand out. I want my tags to stand out. So we're not going to do that. I'm just keep this to the side. I'm going to take this one now. I'm going to take my stamp off of here, put it to the side. And I'm going to use the Elegantly Said. I'm going to use this stamp right here, this beautiful one. And we're going to stamp that in Versamark and put some embossing powder on that. Let me grab my Versamark and my embossing powder. Oh, I have the Versamark right here. I have 2 of them. And I'm going to get some black embossing powder. And I know it looked like they were getting rid of the embossing powder. And they did not. They just made it grouping so that you buy your white, clear, and black together, and then your metallics. You can buy them together. So what I'm going to try to do is, this one's got them in the corners. I'm going to try to switch them so they're kind of like diamond shape, like this. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. It's not going to look right. So we're going to go back to the corners. I'm going to put them on the opposite sides. I really wish I could have done it this way. I mean, it would have went off, and that won't make it look good. So we're going to go back to the original way. Maybe I'll play with it another day. Who knows? So here's my Versamark. Just going to make sure I get this all nice and juiced up. So I've got Versamark all over it. And I'm going to lay this in the corners. And do this. And then do the other side as well. Now you should use your embossing putty to do it down before you do this, but you know, I tend to always forget the embossing buddy. I haven't. I just forget it. I don't know why. It's just what I do. I don't understand it. I just go with it, you know? So now that I've got that all done, I'm going to move all of this stuff off of here so I can put this powder on here. And we're going to go ahead and sprinkle this all around. Make sure I get some down here. There we go. And let's see, I have a brush in here that I keep just for taking some stuff off the edges if I get it on there. And that's really, I didn't get that much on the edges, believe it or not. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I usually have it everywhere. Okay, I'm going to leave this to the side, and we're going to get this embossing powder back into the case. And if you're going to do this like that, I suggest putting the embossing powder or the embossing buddy all over this little guy, all over your piece. That way it all actually goes back into your container. Some people have a big container that they put them in. I never have any luck with that. I end up with it everywhere anyway. So now I'm going to get my heat gun and we're going to heat this up. There it goes. And once it goes, it's just so beautiful. All right, almost there. Okay, now we've got everything embossed, and it's just beautiful, isn't it? And my phone keeps going on. Keep getting all these texts today. I mean, I never get texts. And all of a sudden, I'm getting them all over the place. Okay, I'm just making sure that this is good. And we're all good there. So we're done with this part. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about this punch. This punch is awesome. I love it. There's some folks that are online that will show you how to, if you want to expand this, because this can go this way. It's a little big for me, but I'm going to show you how to put it in here. You've got some lines. There we go. It's trying to go in. Anyway, I'm going to show you. You see the little line right here? Can you see it? It's this line right here. You're going to make sure everything is in there, and it's like right there as well. I'm trying to make sure where I see it. Okay. Because I'm going to, I've not done this because mine was broken. There we go. You're going to slide this in just to the edge and make sure you're even on both sides. And that way we can keep this longer than what it is. And then we have this piece, just like that. So you don't get this cute little end. You have it a little longer. Now you gotta make sure you remove this. I want this to be the same on both sides. I don't want this beveled edge. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and do the same thing over here. And again, you're just going to make sure it goes to the edge and that it's even. And punch. There you go. And now we've got a perfect little block that can go right here. I could trim it up a little bit so that it'll fit better. I'm actually going to do that because I think it's a little wide. And, you know, it's easy to trim. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'll come up here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to trim like 1/8 of an inch or less off. And it's really hard to get it to stay where you want it. In that case, sometimes I have actually been known to put a touch of the adhesive, Stampin' Up! Adhesive, down so that it stays straight, because it just moved on me. Yep, it moved on me. So I'm just going to make it go a little over and voila. You could also use your scissors. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to go so that it's 1/8. And I'm going to hold it down. And boom. There you go. Now I have made it even. And we can put our white one on there. My white one may or may not need to be trimmed because I made this one smaller. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. And like I said, you can make it as long or as little as you would like. And I'm going to go just to the edge and punch. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, because I want my sides to be the same. Make sure they're even. And punch. It reminds me of a fleur-de-lis at home in NOLA. So then we've got this little shadow effect going on with that. I don't know that I like that a lot, but it definitely gives me a space for a sentiment. But what we're going to do with this, since it does cover up quite a bit, we're going to put some flowers in it. I have some stamped on here that we can fussy cut out. Pale Papaya and the Polished Pink. I showed you how to do this in my live on Thursday. So I'm going to pick a sentiment and we're going to stamp this. Let's see. Let's see. Wishing you a wonderful birthday. Hopefully that should fit. We'll do that. Because you can never have too much birthday cards, you know? So we're going to put this one right in the center. And I'm just going to use Memento ink. I'm not going to go and heat emboss this again. Alright. And let's see. Where's my Memento? Here's my Memento. You could put a different color of ink. That's entirely up to you. You could even use the peach. Oh, and I see this is crooked. This is the one thing I don't like about Stampin' Up! Is that they're crooked. So I didn't realize that when I stamped it. So I'm gonna put this straight. And there we go. Hopefully this is right, because I just ruined my piece. If not, yay, it's much better. It's still not perfect, but we can make it work. Alright. Put my Memento out of the way. And I'm going to just shadow this just like this. Just a little off so that you see the colors all the way around. Or even just put it off. You can make it the same size and do it just like a shadow. You can even trim this down. Whatever you think works best for you. But I'm going to take it here and I'm going to put some flowers around it. I've got these, which have other colors in them, which I think is great because it adds just a little bit more texture and color. So let's fussy cut these out, because this unfortunately does not have a punch or a die cut. I could go in and use my scan and cut, but I'm doing a live, so that's not really an option unless I was going to show you how to use my scan and cut. And, well, I've not cut this one out with my scan and cut, so it would be a little tricky because there's lots of negative white space that would go around that. So we're just going to fussy cut this out. And go around. Going. And we're going to go around this way. And the trick to doing fussy cutting, which most of my customers know, is move the paper. don't move your scissors. Unless you're going along a straight shoot, I would move the paper. That way you get a better cut and you don't get the jagged little edges like I have right here. And it makes it smoother and rounder, which makes it seem more natural. So I'm going to have this here, and I'm going to put one over here, maybe over here, maybe a little drop underneath, but I want it to come out on the ends. So let's get some dimensionals out here, and we're going to put some dimensionals on this white here, and I'm going to glue this down, the black, straight down to it. There we go. Okay, we're down just a little bit. So I'm going to cut out the other one. I'm going to have one down below, and I'll have one right on top. I think I'm going to get the other one on the bottom and that one on top. So my fussy cut another one. I tell you, how are you all doing with your allergies? My allergies are just driving me insane. With us going up to the mountains yesterday, I figured it would be a lot better. But oh man, my head is killing me today. And they're just, it's awful. But, you know, gotta love being in a new environment because I'm still not used to it. It's ridiculous. Alright, and I'm turning this. And almost done. And then we can put our little card together and it'll be so pretty. And I will put this up as a picture. I probably will just put this on YouTube so that you can have all of the information on what I used for it. With all of the different colors I did on my flowers. I've done some polished pink, fresh freesia, and pale papaya. With the soft succulent is my green. There we go. Alright, so we're going to have this guy up here. And just have him over here a little bit. Put a little glue on him. This is something I totally need to do. How about y'all? I run out of glue all the time. It's driving me crazy. And you see? There we go. There's my glue. Okay, we're going to put this one right here. And then we're going to take this one and tuck him down on the bottom of this so that you get to see him as well. But he'll tuck in right here. So you get to see all of that. And then we're just going to pop this here. It kind of takes away from some of your beautiful little filigree, but it'll all look good in the end. I'm going to pop a dimensional on this piece. Yeah, there, that way it stays down. And let's put some glue on this because we're just going to put this right down. Right down just like this. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit so that you still see this one on top. There we go. And now these are just going to layer on top of these cards here. Doo-doo. And this is where having not lots of glue left becomes an issue. Okay. And we're going to put this one here. Now with this, you could actually change the peach color here to one of the colors in this card. And I actually wanted the peach one on top, but you know. Oh well, it's fine. And now we're going to take this one and we're just going to layer these all together. As soon as I get all of these, all this glue out, which, you know, I have to go look and see if I have any more spare glue. And this is going to go in the middle of this. Give it that nice defined look. And then we're just going to take my tape runner for this last piece. I'm going to use a little of this, which will make it so much better. Just stick it down. And it shifted on me. We'll put this right here. And remember, it's an 1/8 off all around, so you'll have that A little bit of black everywhere. And I wanted this to shift a little bit, but it's not going to. Because my sentiment is just a touch crooked. Now you could add rhinestones or whatever you like to this. I actually have a bow on the side, which I think that actually might be a little too much with the flowers. But there you go. There's a second card with doing that and just adding a little bit of different items to it. This is actually from the Meadow Dies. And the sentiment is from the Threw It Together suite. So I'm going to put these up and I'll tag what's in them on the YouTube show or on the YouTube. So I think it should come with me back on in a second. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my 2 cards. And I will see you all hopefully next Thursday. I will pop in with a tip and, of course, watch my vlogs. I have a vlog out every Friday with a new card for you. And then I'm working on a lot of stuff for our quarterly meeting for the North Carolina demos. So that's coming up in July. If you're a demo and you want to go, please make sure you get to our page and sign up because it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all. Hey, Google, can you play some music, please?
Playing some music on